managing your vacation rental on more than one channel, you run the risk of overbooking if you don't use some type of calendar sync functionality. Fortunately, Airbnb, Vrbo, and Booking.com all have functionality on their own sites so that you don't need third-party technology to sync your calendars. So the way that you do this is open a window for each of those channels. You can see here I have Airbnb open. On Airbnb, the way to sync the calendars is go to your listings at the top. You choose listings at the top of the window. So I'm going to choose the listing that I want to sync. I have more than one listing. From here, you click the availability tab, and then you scroll down to where you see sync calendars. So let's go ahead and sync a calendar with Vrbo. So now I'm going to go over to Vrbo and open that same listing. So here's my Vrbo dashboard. I'm going to go to calendars, and on that drop down, pick reservations. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to export this calendar into Airbnb. So at the top of the reservations calendar, there's a tab to the right that says import export. We're going to click export calendar. It gives me the URL of the calendar, and I'm going to click copy URL and then go back to Airbnb and paste under import calendar that URL. And I'm going to name it as well. I'm going to name it Vrbo. And then I'm going to click import calendar. And then we will do the same thing here, or in reverse. So now that we've imported the Vrbo calendar to Airbnb, now we want to import the Airbnb calendar to Vrbo. So here on Airbnb, I'm going to now export calendar, and I'm going to copy and paste the URL that it gives me. I'm going to go back to Vrbo, close this export calendar, re-click where it says import export, and I'm going to click import calendar. Now here I'm going to paste that URL from Airbnb that I just had copied, and I'm going to name it Airbnb, and I'm going to import calendar. I've already done this, so it says I've already subscribed to the calendar. That's how you do it. You click import calendar, and voila, you are done, and the calendars are synced between Airbnb and Vrbo. If you get a booking on one, it will automatically close inventory on the other, and you will not have to worry anymore about overbookings. To do it on Booking.com, it's very similar. So I'm going to go to Booking.com. I'm going to right-click at the top, Properties. I'm going to make sure I click the same property. I'm going to click Calendar and Pricing. So here it is at the top. And I'm going to scroll down to Sync Calendars. So here we go. Now I'm just going to click Add Calendar Connection, and same thing. It asks me now to copy and paste the calendar link from the other site to this site. So I can go back to Airbnb, for example, copy and paste that link again, go back and paste it in here. I can name it Airbnb, go to the next step. And the next step is to take this calendar link and copy and paste it back into Airbnb, just like we did with the Vrbo. So once you've done that, all three of these calendars are synced. You shouldn't have to worry anymore about overbooking situations. I would caution you that once in a while, these calendars go down on one of these sites, so it's a good idea to check them. But in 99% of times, it's going to save you from having to manually close inventory, and it's going to prevent you from having overbookings.